He's still attacking MAGA as working very hard to capitalize. You leftist losers are out there trying to blame us.
Tonight could get political, okay? And if that makes you uncomfortable, there's an alternate Oscars being hosted by Kid Rock. Yeah, it's at the Dave & Buster's down the street. First time since 2012 that there are no British actors nominated for Best Actor or Best Actor.
Let's spend a little time on the Oscars, okay? Because they were ridiculous, starting with Jimmy Kimmel, who had to get up there and couldn't just do the introduction for Best Documentary. He had to get some snipes in at the First Lady and at Trump. Watch.
As you know, there are some countries whose leaders don't support free speech. I'm not at liberty to say which. Let's just leave it at North Korea and CBS. Fortunately for all of us, there is an international community of filmmakers dedicated to telling the truth, oftentimes at great risk, to make films that teach us, that call out injustice, that inspire us to take action. And there are also documentaries where you walk around the White House trying on shoes.
Okay, so he's got to slam the First Lady. Nice. By the way, her documentary has done very, very well. It's pulled in tens of millions of dollars, way more than any documentary of its kind. And he's incapable of even complimenting the First Lady or just staying away from her. He cannot help himself, and got a big laugh from the audience, who cannot stand the president or the First Lady. It's disgusting. Then Conan O'Brien, the host, decided to take a shot at the organization of...
Yes, Conan O'Brien did this, and a lot of consecutive did not like this at all. At some point, I saw a lot of reactions. They pour out about this joke, and Kid Rock responded by saying this: I love a good joke, even when I am the butt on it. Unfortunately, this was not a very good one. Either way, if you want to see a real good show this spring/summer that celebrate America and 250 years of freedom, make sure you buy your ticket from Ticketmaster.
I understand everybody needs their platform. I understand all of that. But also, everybody needs relief from what's going on in the world. Everybody needs that
escape for a minute.
Escape. And the thing is, it's like, I understand that people get really emotional about things politically. So when they are on TV knowing that there's 15, 16 million people in this country alone watching, they want to use that platform to show everybody how emotional they personally are about a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, but they've also got to get that Joe Public needs a break.
Yeah.
You know, save it for your own podcast like we're doing. But then it is for them a huge platform to get across the way they're feeling emotionally about politics. But it's not always about you.
No.
You know, you have to understand that those millions of people that are watching are up to here with fear, with everything.
Then Conan O'Brien, the host, decided to take a shot at the organization of our friend Charlie. He thought it would be terrific if he just took a shot at Charlie's organization, which is they're fighting right now to save, which they are doing everything they can. And from the stage of the Oscars, thought it would be great to bring up the Turning Point halftime show, which was only offered because Bad Bunny had made so many anti-USA statements and was obviously the opposite of a patriot, that Turning Point USA felt the need to offer alternate programming for people like me who did not want to support him. As he got out there, spoke only in Spanish and talked about the America he loved, which involved all the countries in the Western Hemisphere. Here is that moment.
I should warn you, tonight could get political, okay? And if that makes you uncomfortable, there's an alternate Oscars being hosted by Kid Rock.
Okay, right. Turning Point doesn't have the same money that the Hollywood crowd has, so they don't have quite the glitz and the glamour for their alternate halftime show, though they put on an amazing show that actually set records, which you would know, Conan, if you would take one step out of your white privilege, woke Hollywood bubble. Remember the ridiculous soundbite we showed you of Conan with Michelle Obama? Just in case you were thinking Conan is a man of reason, he's like the more reasonable one. He's not. That's Leno, by the way, not him. But I do want to get to this. There was somebody worth praising. Two people, actually. Nicole Kidman, when she gave an interview on the red carpet beforehand, was asked what she did that day, and she talked about how she went to church, that it was Sunday, and she goes to church on Sunday, and that's where she spent her day. And the interviewer turned into a puddle with a little Wicked Witch of the West hat on top of it. They're not used to hearing answers like that from big Hollywood stars. So good for Nicole Kidman. Secondly, Jessie Buckley, who won Best Actress.
No to unfree policy.
Yes, this is actually why a lot of people don't watch this show again. Even Elon Musk had to tweet this. Like you can see here, it is unwatchable. This is not meant to be this. Everyone want to put out a political statement. That has always been something with some of these their show. If you go into all this their watch show, there is no single day that you will not see real politics pouring on. And people don't care about their opinion because they can't actually even do anything with this. I saw Kathleen The View. This is actually what they said about this politics that these people pour out.
So, I mean, what did you think about how political issues were addressed last night?
Well, I think with art, it's always interesting because obviously people take a chance at the mic bringing up what matters to them, but art and movies also move you to feel. So it's like the entrance into understanding some of the issues. Maybe you haven't walked in those shoes before. So I always have to rewatch a lot because it goes late and I have kids. But in watching what I did, I got what I expected. And I just thought there were so
thought it was what you said. Not only is he a great
cool
actor,
is that?
when you do have a platform and you're comfortable with it, I think that you should use it, especially when we are in the middle of war.
You will not have any issue with these award shows, even if they like to politicize everything. They don't have an issue with that. Soleil Austin is making it clear because we are in the middle of war. You should be able to express yourself. Democrats took up this issue of celebrities for a very long time, endorsing them, doing this. And at the end of the day, it's not working because people don't listen to them. So I don't believe that you using this to... Instead, you cause the award shows to tank every single year because a lot of people are not interested in listening to this politics. I don't know if they realize this. It gets crazy every single year when I see them do this. I put out a whole clip, about these award shows. I talked about this on my previous videos. I decided to react on this as a result of what people sent to me. And I want to appreciate everyone supporting, sharing out the videos. As of the short clips, that is for the white algorithm. You can always skip.
You're a man putting your hands on a female. We're just here to say, no matter what the government says.
Let's talk about your son, Mark. People really didn't talk politics this year, but you did.
I did.
2026 Oscars were messy, with multiple celebrities called out on stage, huge winners, shocking losers, a little fight as the celebrities were exiting the venue, and how Timothée Chalamet had a pretty bad night. So here's everything you need to know happened at the 2026 Oscars. So unfortunately, Timothée Chalamet was dragged all night, on stage and on Twitter. He lost Best Actor, the award he campaigned for.
Room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world, people from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow.
Anniversary of the Oscars So White campaign. Someone must wear a ribbon that says, "We won."
Out on the buffet, they're just hearkening back to our founders. As Paul Revere declared on his famous ride, one if by surf, two if by turf.
What is this, my 600-pound Defense Department?
It's nutty as hell.
Yeah.
And you're right. Every day is something new. And it's, I was thinking about it yesterday because I thought
that Trump laid in the State of the Union address.
To get here.
Trump! Go Trump! Hey, Murphy, here's some. Thanks, man.
Our chamber is chanting USA. Philip.
He utilized almost like these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
They're just so disgusting. Of course, he chose who did not vote in his favor and did not shake her hand there.
Here's the video. He shook everyone's hand. Everyone. Here's the Chief Justice. All of them got their hands shaken to the point where they had to come back on the air and say this in Stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes.
Other than illegal on either of those two, I think they took his bait.
Can take away from the joyous moment as all Americans. And why are they putting a medal?
Oh, he's already under scrutiny for 1,000 reasons. Carol Patel posted this on X.
Job.
I get suspicious when any
person's home, it's very easy to.
This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
The country's in such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both sides. You're
so amazing. And wasn't it so great?
When it can be hard to hope.
Hey, girl.
Kind of a big deal. It's Mother's Day in the UK today.